Yo, what's good guys, welcome to another video. So guys, on today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make those simple Afrobeats, the type that gives you that feel good empty vibe, those beats that when you hear them you just instantly think of one day cool. So without wasting much of your time, let's get to today's video. Hey, alright guys, so let's just kick things right up by getting our BPM. I want to go for something that's very slow, maybe 95 or 96, and then I'm going to get an E-piano. I'm going to be using the SRS electric piano, and let's use the soft EP2 preset. I'm going to set my scale, so I'm going to go over to this drop down menu right here, go to view. Over here it says scale highlighting. I'm going to use the minor natural scale, and I'm probably going to use let's use D as our root note. So now that we have our root notes, I'm first just going to get the bass note, and from there I'm going to build our chords. So I'm going to start with the root note, and then I'm going to go up to an F. So now that we have this, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to be inverting the middle notes. So I'm going to take this, and this up an octave, and then I'm going to get the bass notes, select them, hold shift, left click on them. This is going to duplicate it, and then I'm going to hold control and the down arrow key to bring it down an octave, and this is just going to give it more depth. And then I think I'm just going to bring the whole thing down one octave. So now that we have this, I'm going to duplicate this one more time. So I'm going to hold Ctrl B, and then over at this part, I just want to add a little variation. So I'm going to shorten this right here. So right now it's going to go from an A sharp to a C, build the chords, and then I'm going to take the E up an octave, and then instead of having the G, I'm going to take this up to a C right here, and I'm just going to create tension by adding another note up here, which is going to be an F, but then I'm going to just offset this slightly like this. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hold Alt R to randomize velocities with this knob right here, and then I'm just going to select everything, bring the volume down. So after that, I'm going to add addictive keys, and with this I'm going to go over to the Studio Grand selections, and I'm going to use the Grand Noir preset. I just want something very soft, so I'm going to just copy what we have here, Ctrl C, click here, Ctrl V, and then altogether this is what everything sounds like. And then moving on, I'm going to be adding flex. Let's get a guitar from flex. I want a very groovy, muted guitar, so I'm going to go over to the essential guitar packs. By the way, this is free. Just need to go over to the flex store and download this. Let's use the brighter humbucker extra presets. So the goal with this is to do something very repetitive, but then at the same time, just give it a little bit of variation, at the end, so it just makes sense. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. So with this, I'm going to do something like this. And I'm going to repeat this note right here. So already I'm going to turn this into a rhythm. I'm going to duplicate this, and then over here at this point, instead of repeating this again where it just becomes boring, I'm just going to add a little bit of variation for over at the fourth bar right here. So it's going to be like this. So you guys can already hear how this little variation right here just gives you that satisfaction that your brain was craving from the repetition of this melody. So if you struggle to make melodies, or you don't know all these terminologies that I've been using, the motif or repetition or variation, I basically talked about this and simplified it in my previous video. So make sure to go watch it. I'm going to be leaving the link up here somewhere. So just click it and go watch that, and then come back to this. So now that we have that, I'm going to load up this plugin called the Prince, and with this I want to get like a lead or like a pluck. So let's try some leads. There's this one I really like. Let's try this. I think this is too harsh, so I'm going to switch this up. Let's try this one, Foolish King. Yeah, I like this one. It has a bit of echo, but I don't like the noise, so I'm going to turn off the noise. Let's turn off the noise and the distortion as well. Yeah, I like this. I basically like the delayed feedback I get from the sound, so I'm going to use this. Yeah, I love this, so I'm just going to repeat this. So guys, instead of using just one bass, I think I'm going to be using a log drum as well, but I'm not going to be using the usual knocking or hard hitting log drums. I'm going to use this pretty much unique sounding log drum. I like this, so let's just go over and yeah, let's just follow the root notes. Take this up, take the velocity up, and make sure that the notes are short. Bring this down an octave, and then I'm going to add one right here, but then I'm going to bring this down an octave, and I'm going to add, and I'm just going to repeat this. Let's add one more, but then I'm going to bring this down as well. And then over for this part, just to add a little bit of variation, I'm going to add one here and then take this one up an octave. And I'm also going to be adding a bass, so I'm going to go over to the Rhapsody one shot kits, go over to bass, let's use my favorite bass. I'm going to go over to the envelope section. I'm going to use this preset that I have. You can do this as well by increasing the attack, bring down the hold, and then increasing the delay, sustain, and the release. I'm just going to follow the root notes just as usual. Take this up an octave and then just repeat this, and then over here switch it up, take it like this. Let's add some vocals. I'm going to go over to this new drum kit that I'm working on. Let's add this vocal loop, this, and then I'm just going to put this to stretch, bring this down to 100%, bring the volume down. And then I'm also going to be adding some saxophone loop. So I'm going to go over to the Heaven's Gate saxophones by Beats, and then I'm going to go over to the Wet. And then over here, let's just look for something that sounds really nice. Yeah, I like this. Let's use this one right here. And it's just going to snap to our tempo, so I'm going to delete this. It says here F sharp minor and our key is D, so I'm going to put this to stretch, and then I'm going to bring this down 400 cents. I'm actually going to take this up an octave, so I'm going to increase the range to 12 so that I can just pitch it up. I actually do not like this first part, so I'm going to just chop it up right here, delete this, and then I'm just going to shift this right here, so it's going to sound like this. Just like that. Love it. Alright guys, so now that we're done with the melody, let's just move straight on to the drums. And for the drums, I'm going to start with this toast one shot percussion. So I'm just going to first start with this so I can get the the drum bounce going. Yeah, just like this. Copy this over. I'm going to bring this down 2 semitones rather, and then I'm going to get like a rim shot. So I'm going to go over to the Carnival drum kit, go to drums, and then I'm going to go to rim shots. Let's look for something very subtle. I like this. Just copy what we have here, Ctrl C, click here, Ctrl V, but then I'm going to take this back up to C, and then I'm going to add this block and then copy this, Ctrl C, click here, Ctrl V, but then I'm going to bring the volume down for the toasts. And then I'm going to go over to the Afrology bundle. By the way guys, all my kits that you guys can see here are going to be linked in the description, and since this is a holiday season, there's also going to be a discount code down there, so do well to go seize this opportunity to get my drum kits. These are all amazing drum kits, so do well to go get them guys and start making fire beats. So I'm going to go over to the Afrology bundle. This has everything you need: drum kits, one shots, loop kits, texture and percussion loop pack, and also a MIDI kit inside. So I'm going to go to the drum kit and I'm going to go to the percussions. Let's get like a tom, or let's use this instead. I want to give this like that classic one, the cool vibe, so I'm just going to go over, but then I'm going to bring this down to like let's bring this down here. Yeah, just like that. Shift D, bring the volume down, and let's get something else. Actually, let's go back to the Carnival drum kits. Let's use this. I want this to go very low. at this point. Yeah, just like this. Ooh, just like that. Copy this over. Yeah, and then I'm going to randomize velocities for this one. Bring this down, leave this like this, and then bring this down. And then let's also add like a bongo. Let's add this. I want this to play very low as well. Add this right here. But then for this, I'm going to pan this to different sides. So I'm going to pan this one to the right and then pan this one to the left, just like this. And then just copy this over. Ctrl B. And then let's add a kick. So I'm going to go over to kicks. Let's use a very thumpy kick. I like this one. Let's add this. I want the beat to be very spacious and empty. So add this right here. And then fix up the pan. Just like this. So I'm just going to add some effects, which I don't think this needs already, but I'm just going to, structure the beats, arrange it, and then play the final product for you guys to listen in 3, 2.
Hey, you Kazi, spice that shit up.
So yeah guys, I hope you guys really enjoy watching this video, and I hope you guys learned something at least from this video. If you did, don't forget to go down there, give this video a smashing thumbs up, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever I drop another video just like this. If you have any questions regarding this video or any of my previous videos, don't forget to go down there, leave them in the comment section, and I'll definitely join you guys there. And don't forget to use the discount code, use the opportunity to go get my drum kits. They're all going to be linked in the description. So yeah, that's going to be all for today guys. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. I'm out of here. Peace.